Greetings viewers, welcome back to Kenny Chan's channel aka 讲车仔. And so today we're gonna start by talking about something that I don't really have an expertise, by the way. I just felt like this is a perfect chance for me to learn something new, except the usual stuff. So without further ado, let's get into today's video, which probably you can see the title, which is I just bought a scale model bike from my collection, and it's not like I bought it out of randomness. It's just that I found it on the internet. I think it looks cool, and that's why I decided to purchase it. And without further ado, I'm gonna show you the bike first, and I'm gonna tell you the story of pretty much my scale model bike collection history, which is not a lot, but there's some story to tell. So here's the bike, if you can see it. So this right here is the 2015 Kawasaki Ninja H2R, and the interesting thing is this is a track only bike. It's not really for your street legal use. So as you can see, the wing mirrors are not existent. Those are just some blades. Oops, sorry. Those are just some blades, to cut through the air, aerodynamic stuff. And you have these wings right here to make the bike perform more aerodynamic wise. And also you can see without the headlights, those silver bits are the grille. Those are the grille, and the headlights supposed to be somewhere around here, I believe, from the pictures that I saw on the internet. As well as I just now said, I am not really an expertise. So yeah, and let's give a little bit of a debrief lesson from the Kawasaki Ninja H2R, shall we? So this is a supercharged super sport bike. It's basically like a really more professional way to say this is a really fast bike for me. And as you can hear the name, it's called a supercharged sport bike. That means this bike has a supercharger, which is insane for me, because as a car guy, I know cars come with supercharger for a long time. Muscle cars, the most famous one are definitely the muscle cars come with the supercharger, like the Dodge Challenger Hellcat, Charger Hellcat, Jeep Trackhawk, Chevy Camaro, and a bunch of other muscle cars. But bikes come with supercharger. That is a big news for me, because I have no idea that bikes can also come with supercharger too. And so obviously this H2R, the Kawasaki Ninja H2R, is a track only bike, so you can't use it on the road. But with that said, you did have a street legal version, which is called the Kawasaki Ninja H2. And the difference between the H2 and the H2R, from what I can see from pictures on the internet, is that obviously the H2 has more street legal stuff. So you have your wing mirrors, for example, you had your headlights, and you also have like a license plate bracket right here. And also the exhaust is a little bit different, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, those are the major difference between the H2 and the H2R that I can see. And if I missed out something, please do leave the comments down below to let me know and let me learn more. We can all learn together, right? This is what I want to do on this channel. So as of right now, recording of this video, the Kawasaki Ninja H2R right now is still the most fastest and the most powerful production bikes on the market, which is insane, because this bike came out in 2015, believe it or not. Despite the looks, it looks like a really modern bike, but it came out in 2015, and 5 years have passed. Nobody has actually break its score. This is like so mind-blowing to me, because in the world of four wheels, we have new champions almost every single day in terms of top speed record or whatever. Right now, is the Bugatti Chiron, which is, you know, that is pretty insane too. For such a heavy car to go so fast, and it's a scary thought actually. But if you think that is a scary thought, going 400 kilometers per hour in 26 seconds in nothing but this bike, now that is scary. And I had no idea how are you going to hold on to the bike. It's just that I can't imagine myself actually riding this bike. Like, I know how to ride a bike. I actually don't even have a bike license. I just really like how the bikes look. So yeah, that's why I purchased it. And so the horsepower figures. Well, this bike has 326 horsepower, and 326 horsepower may not sound as much, for car guys like me. And until you realize bikes are very lightweight. It's like almost what 60-70% weight move away from a car. And if with that said, that means this bike is very, very, very fast. And also, just a side note, the H2R, which is the one that you see on the screen right now, H2R has 50% more power than the street legal version of the H2. So yeah, that means if you have 50% more horsepower, yeah, you don't really want to use it on the street now, right? And also, the engine itself, is nearly 1000 cc inline 4 with a centrifugal supercharger. Yeah, inline 4 on a bike. That is like, I'm lost of words basically when I saw this bike's like figure and everything, the stats, and how well it performs. It's just mind blowing to me to see it. Like, there is a bike right now, looks this cool, goes this fast, and still unbeatable 5 years in a row. So yeah, that is just the basic stat of the Kawasaki Ninja H2R. And by the way, this scale model here is 118 scale, which is quite, for a bike, you hold it in your hand, it looks kind of small. But when you put it next to, say, for example here, I have Lewis Hamilton's F1 car. This one is like, hang on, let me see, 1/43 scale. So if you put it right next to it, now that doesn't make sense, does it? So yeah, this bike is in 1/18 scale, manufactured by Maisto. And the details of it, every single detail that you can imagine, it's right there. The wheels look nice, the chain looks awesome. The kickstand, yeah, I'm really glad they gave us a kickstand, because from what I can saw in the videos, most likely this bike is standing on like a wheel stand, like a wheel jack. You kind of put the bike like this. So that one is a little bit of a cumbersome if I had to display it, but I'm glad that this scale model come with a kickstand. So as you can see, you can fold it just like a normal kickstand would. Yep. And also the front does steer. You can steer it with your fingers like this if you want to play with it, I guess. And the wheels, the tires, they are rubber tires, as you can expect from such a large scale model. Usually large scale model didn't give you plastic tires. So now let's look at the details here. I like these, like a carbon kind of texture. Yeah, the front end of the H2R is actually carbon. And also, here you go, there's your Kawasaki logo right there. And so this bike, the scale model, although it does look pretty accurate, to the real life one, there's actually one thing that they didn't really do it that well. Well, mainly because I think, the fact they had to manufacture that thing is just cumbersome to them. So the thing that I'm talking about is the paint. Now, as you can see, currently this bike is in like a dark gray or some sort. but in the reality, this bike actually comes like a black chrome, and you can only get it in black chrome, I believe. And yeah, the Maisto version, yeah, they didn't do that. They did do chrome on the exhaust though, but they didn't do black chrome on the tank here, because most likely this tank here is metal. So when you do it on when you do chrome on the metal, yeah, it won't work. So I guess I kind of know why they didn't do that. Yeah, so this is how the bike looks like, and I also really like the wheels. I like this 5-star design. I like the green trim around it. You know, it looks mean. That's the one I'm looking for. This bike just looks so mean. Let me just focus it here. And yeah, so, with the introduction and the very very quick review of the Kawasaki Ninja H2R ended, now it's time for me to explain like how did I somehow got into bikes accidentally. Yeah, I don't really like too much of the two wheels, but recent years I have been looking at some bike pictures, even though I don't even have a bike license. I don't know how to ride a bike. Yeah, I have some trauma behind it. Yeah, yeah, two wheels trauma. Yeah, that did happen. So, short story. My first ever scale model bike collection is a Yamaha YZF R1. Which year? I have no idea. I just know that it comes in blue, and it had like the 3-spoke wheels. I believe it's also manufactured by Maisto. So as my second bike, which I'm gonna get into later. But yeah, that bike just opens up my curiosity of like bikes and anything generally two wheels. But at that point, I'm not really that into bikes. I was like, yeah, you know, it's cool. You had a bike, but yeah, it's nothing really major, shall I say? Until I got the second one, which is like many years after I lost my initial bike, which is the YZF R1. I have no idea where I lost it. I don't even want to question it. But the second bike I got is also a Kawasaki. I believe it's a Ninja ZX15R. I believe is that. And it also comes in blue, also manufactured by Maisto. And that one, I bought it because when I bought it, I didn't realize that that is not even the YZF R1. Because at that point, it's like years and years after I just realized, you know what, I'm gonna get like another bike for my collection, because I had to, you know, sometimes mix it up in my collection. I have cars, I have trucks, I have whatever. I haven't really got a bike for me to display, so I just decided to buy that bike instead. And when I go to the supermarket, I saw it in blue. And immediately I thought of my YZF R1, which prompted me to buy it. And I didn't really realize that isn't even the YZF R1 that I really wanted. So uh, just it's just a funny story. Until I get back home, I realized it says Kawasaki on the tank, and I was like, you know what, Kawasaki is not bad too. It does look nice. It does looks cool. Yeah, for me, bikes generally, I think it looks cool, it is gonna come into my collection. That is basically what it is. I'm more of a looks guy. Yeah, and after that I decided to sell that bike, that scale model bike, to a random collector, which he also appreciated because he sells bikes, so he really really liked that bike as part of his display, shall I say. That is until this comes along. So another interesting story about this is that this is not even the one that you're supposed to see right now. I actually have ordered another Ninja H2R, and that one actually took me 13 days to wait until maybe it comes along in like 7 days later or whatever, because for some reason the seller on the Shopee website, he said that he need to back order it, so I had to wait for 13 days on it. But until then, all of a sudden, we Malaysian government said, you know what, you can open all the sectors, almost all the sectors in the supermarket now. So I decided to pay a visit to a shopping mall today, and that's when I stumbled on this. And I was like, you know what, I have one coming in to my collection, so should I buy a duplicate? And it wasn't until I realized, you know what, having a duplicate of a really cool bike is not a big issue now, is it? So that's why I decided, you know what, I'm gonna buy duplicates, and that's how this come here. So when the second bike comes here, you guys know the drill. Nobody will want to see the same kind of content second time now, do they? So yeah, the second bike, I'm not gonna do a review. I possibly gonna pop some pictures on the Instagram or whatever. So yeah, that is like the very long story, but make it really short, just so you guys don't feel bored. Yeah, listening me just mumbling along the story of how I got into bikes or whatever. But yeah, and I side note, I really like the angle on this bike like this. If you check out my Instagram, I actually took a picture of the bike, the H2R, in this kind of position, I believe, slightly lower angles. Yeah, that picture looks awesome. So if you guys want to check it out, do please follow my Instagram. It's in the link in the description below, so you can just take a look at it and see what you thought. So anyways, this video has ended right here, and I hope you enjoy it. So please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content to come. Maybe some bikes content to come. I have no idea. Who knows what happens in the future, right? But yeah. Okay, so I'll see you next time then. Bye.